So are you getting on with the cure to wake up the prince?
Unfortunately, no. Without the poison I told you about, I can't make it.
I brought you some.
Excellent. Just give me some time to prepare the cure and administer it to him.
It doesn't seem to be working. I was wondering too, a cure made from poison? If it kills him, you know you'll get it too, right, Doc?
A lot you know. Lots of cures are made from poisons. But I have to admit that for the moment, he's not responding to the treatment.
Shit. All that for nothing. Well, we tried. I have some questions I'd like to ask you. Did you know about Edwin?
Are you asking if I helped ALS? No. Not voluntarily, at any rate. Our late Grand Master asked me to carry out a medical examination of the woman while she was still our guest. Of course, he wanted me to be discreet, so I couldn't really examine her.
What did you learn?
Apart from the fact that your friend looks like a woman, human and in perfect health, nothing.
So everything's normal?
Apparently, but as I said, I wasn't allowed to examine her. Everything looks normal, which isn't exactly the same thing. To get back to your initial question, the only part I played in the story was to give our Grand Master a powerful soporific. He must have used it to capture her, but believe me, I had absolutely no idea who the victim was going to be.
I'll be going.
Tell me, is it true that you're the demolitions man for the Freeborn Blades?
That's right.
You know, while I can't really do any big explosions, I do know how to make a few traps. And I've actually been working on a new one, but I'm in the dark on a few little details.
Let's hear it. What's on your mind?
Yeah, that might sound a little twisted. Using sharp pieces of scrap metal, such as nails or small blades.
That's not a bad idea. The basic idea is fine, but there's a good chance we won't find the stuff we need around here. But we could replace the tar with...
And do you think we'll get similar results with these new materials?
Maybe even better. A little messy, but effective? Oh, hell yeah. I'll give you a list of the stuff we'll need. I'll let you go out and find it all. We'll meet back up in a few hours and assemble it, okay?
Perfect.
Leave me, Vulcan. I don't want to talk right now.
I'm sorry about your dad. She took me by surprise. I didn't have time to protect him.
Even though I wish you could have saved him, it's not your fault. It's that witch.
Yeah, but it's understandable that she'd be mad at your father.
Whatever he did to her, he didn't deserve to die like that. She's a murderer, a monster.
A monster that maybe just saved your life.
Perhaps. But why did my father have her imprisoned? Did he know she would try to kill him?
He had us to protect him, and if he hadn't shown up in the middle of the swamp, he'd still be alive. It just doesn't make sense. We have to find out what he was doing. He must have been up to something, because he didn't talk to anyone about it. Not even the people who were supposed to take care of him.
What are you accusing him of?
Nothing really. I'm just asking questions. But I'm going to need your help to find the answers.
I will help you. I need to know what happened as much as you.
I'd like to...
What do you want to know?
I'd like to ask...
What do you want to know?
So then, any result from the study of all these creatures of the swamps?
I observed that the Rippers always hide inside objects, like a tree trunk, for example. They're quite slow and only attack from a very close distance. On the other hand, they can grab their prey and drag them towards themselves. Have you discovered any new creatures?
We did fight with a creature that we called the Swamp Beast.
As you may remember, I was there and saw it with my own eyes.
I'm no expert, but it was strange, wasn't it?
Bizarre? What do you mean?
I fought with enough creatures to know how they move and how they behave. That one, it just wasn't right. It's as though it was already suffering before I even hit it.
I think you're right. I think it was already under the influence of several kinds of corruption. I think it was suffering terribly.
Do you think it was that corruption that had killed everything all round?
Without a doubt.
So then,
Have you discovered?
there are... I need your help.
If you want.
Mercenary?
Are you Alas's assistant?
I am. I mean, I was actually his deputy, to be more specific.
You and me need to have a chat, and I hope for your sake that I'm going to like it. What the hell was your wonderful master up to in the swamp? Who is this Edwin that he locked up there?
I don't know what you're talking about. He never said anything to me about the swamp, or locking someone up. Such things are not in the habits of our order.
Why was he trying to guard this secret to the point of threatening to kill his own daughter?
I don't understand it myself. He was a wise and good man who adored his daughter, even if sometimes he was overly demanding of her. That's what I thought, at least.
What's gonna happen now? What's gonna become of your order and our contract?
Our order will carry on as before, even after the deaths of our previous masters. As Aeolas is no more, now it is my turn to lead. As for your contract, it still holds. The sad fate that has befallen us, and you, does not change the terms.
And the Freeborn Blades always honor their contracts. Very well. So why was the woman locked up?
I suppose that there's some connection with the agreement that she made with my master, even if I don't understand why things turned out that way. The way I understand the agreement, it stipulated that she could have access to all of our archives on condition that she help us with a ritual.
The one in the temple?
Yes, she helped to create the catalyst that you saw. Our intentions were noble. The ritual was to help us create a link with the World Heart, to break the ones the Ice Lords have made.
It didn't work as planned.
Indeed. I suppose that had something to do with her. She must have sabotaged the catalyst, so the ritual would fail. Now I realize that we should never have trusted the woman. Our master obviously understood that and was suspicious. That must have been why he locked her up, even though it's not at all like him.
You must know who this woman is.
Yes, of course. She's a witch, more powerful in the arcane arts than any scribe will ever be. Several months ago, we caught her trying to steal some ancient documents in one of the Order's libraries.
What kind of documents?
Very theoretical ones related to magic. To be honest, it's not one of my specialties, but they tell of the World Heart and the origin of the Ice Lords. The fact is that our master believed that she could be of more use to us doing research than in a prison. He made an agreement with her, and from then on, she's been our guest.
Let's change the sun.
Vulcan, what can I do for you?
Can I...
Yes, you came by at just the right time. Our healer, Sylvan, needs help.
Have you noticed how some of the villagers are behaving in a weird way?
I haven't seen it myself, but I've been told about it. I can't tell you why they're behaving like that, but it may be that it's connected with the feeling we all have. The feeling is that a corrupt and unhealthy source of magic is nearby, and that it is growing hour by hour, to our peril.
Uh-huh. You really know how to cheer someone up. I'll be good. I just saw Liestas. Do you need help?
I think that my colleague has exaggerated my need for assistance, but there is actually something you could do for me. As you must have noticed, there is some kind of corruption in the swamp. It seems to be more concentrated in the north. If you could take some samples of the animal and plant life in the area for me to study, I could learn about its properties.
No problem. I was planning on going there anyway. I'll be going.
As I understand it, some people are behaving even more stupidly than they normally do.
That's right. They have asked me to check it out.
Perfect. I'll come along with you.
Hang on. What is your interest in all of this? Is there something you're not telling me? What are you trying to prove by coming with me?
How perceptive, how brilliant.
Yeah, great. Just tell me what you know or think you know about all of this.
All right, but keep it to yourself for the moment. We don't want to start a panic, at least not until we're completely sure of ourselves. It seems to me that I recognize these symptoms, and if I am right, these people are possessed.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm not yet certain. We absolutely must inspect and investigate further in order to be sure. But I think the Deadwalker army is behind all of this.
All right, let's go.
You didn't...
I'd rather not have the news that a potentially dangerous sorceress was set free spread through the village too quickly.
And you can keep me nearby without having to stop the villagers from burning me at the stake. It's a bit wicked, but I am almost disappointed. It could have been an amusing situation.
Thanks.
Vulcan, I do love our little chats.
Hawk will finish up his recon and head straight back. Don't worry, Captain.
You've been working for me long enough to know one thing. I never worry.
I'm leaving.
Vulcan.
You wanted the Freeborn Blades to...
As long as we have...
Have you heard about these villagers who were acting strange?
Yes, I've had reports about them. The whole thing stinks, if you ask me. Take that one over there, for example. The one giving me the fisheye. If we weren't stuck in this place, I'd go over there and put his lights out. I've asked Buffalo to keep an eye on them. If they start getting squabbly, he'll give us a heads up.
Captain. I'm leaving. The captain tells me you're keeping an eye on the villagers that are acting weird.
Yes. Look at them. You see that couple? Take a good look at the husband. I've seen livelier zombies. It's like he was dead inside. And they aren't the only ones. There must be at least half a dozen of them. But what bothers me is that if you look closely, you can see they're checking everything out.
But what's wrong with them?
No idea. They look like they're turning into dead walkers, but the odd thing is how they're spread out. You see how they're placed? They can check out most of the village from where they are. I'm almost certain they're scouting the place out for someone. Since you seem interested, you should go and talk to them. Look, I've marked out their positions on the map.
See you later. Good day. Are you related to this man?
You might say that. Miliev is my husband. I'm called Nigella.
Well, do you know what's wrong with him? Have you noticed anything strange about him lately?
Well, of course I noticed. He's the one who's a vegetable, not me. Still, I must admit, it's been nice and peaceful.
How long ago did he change?
About 3 days ago. He went out hunting in the swamps. But when he come back empty-handed, he had that far-away look in his eyes.
In what way peaceful? Is he normally an active guy?
Active? You must be joking. But it's the first time in years I don't have to listen to him whinging and complaining all day long. And I don't know which of the gods I have to thank, but he don't snore no more neither.
You mean he sleeps soundly?
Well, he sleeps less, if that's what you mean. I've even caught him sneaking out in the middle of the night, but he always comes back after a few hours.
Do you have any idea where he goes off to?
No, I've got no idea. Not down the tavern, and that's the main thing.
It doesn't bother you at all?
Let's be honest. Considering the sort of women what are still available in the village, and what a rubbish lover he is, I doubt he's got a mistress. And he's hardly gonna find any gorgeous sluts wandering around the swamps.
You might be surprised.
You're too kind. I can't decide whether I'm flattered or vaguely insulted.
Don't change a thing. You're perfect.
So true. Thanks for noticing.
Sorry to have bothered you. I'll go.
We now know that our strange patients are going out at night. So, let's find out where they're going.